Hey guys, so I'm using natural light today, so I'm just going to apologise in advance if it gets very, very bright or if the light keeps changing because I don't have control over natural sunlight. And it's daytime and it's quite a nice day out, so that's why I thought I would use my time wisely and make a video in daylight. And if you see me squinting, I have a hard time looking into sunlight in general because I don't know, so I will be squinting for a lot of this video. I'm sorry. As you can see here, I have quite a lot of makeup. This is all makeup that I'm either chucking out or getting rid of or giving to family and friends. Some of them haven't been used that much, some of them are empty. So I thought I would do this video and make it just makeup because in all honesty, I don't enjoy watching skincare empties or like product empties that aren't makeup. And I feel like if I filmed something that I didn't enjoy watching another person's version of, it'd be a bit unfair. So I'm just doing makeup for this, so I hope you understand that. So let's get started. I have two Rimmel Stay Matte powders in both Peach Glow and Peach Glow. Normally I would get transparent, but a lot of the times transparent is sold out. However, I find that all five, I think, of the powders, is there five? I think there's five. All five of them generally look the same on me, so I don't mind picking up any of the shades. But yeah, these ones are Peach Glow. I love this powder. It is my all-time favorite powder. Then I have a couple of Australis Fresh and Flawless powders. They don't make a shade light enough for me, very similar to the Rimmel Stay Matte. The transparent in that does not suit me. It is still a little bit too dark. However, I continue to purchase them, as well as these ones. And these ones are probably darker than the darkest Rimmel Stay Matte in the lighter shade in these. However, again, I still purchase these because I love the finish. I think it's very, very flawless and it's just a great powder and great consistency. So I keep repurchasing. I have a couple of eyeshadows now and I'm mainly getting rid of eyeshadows because I have a few like limited edition and higher end eyeshadows that I want to get use out of, and I feel like these ones have been sitting in my collection for a long time. I have this thing where I used to collect makeup solely for the purpose of having a big makeup collection, and I think that's kind of ridiculous now and it's really just silly, I guess. Some people do collect makeup, I understand that. For me, I don't think I need to because I have one face and I know how to work with what I've got, drugstore or high-end. So I think I've got too much at the moment, so this is why I'm getting rid of a lot of this stuff. But there's stuff that's just been sitting there for ages that I've got my cat next to me. No. I've got stuff that's just been sitting there for ages that I just don't use, so I'm just getting rid of all that stuff. And some of it's not necessarily bad. For example, this product here, it's not necessarily bad, it's just that I don't reach for it. So this is the Maybelline New York Trio in Blissfully Blue, and I am getting rid of this because it's just been sitting there, and also it has a blue eyeshadow in it. And I don't particularly like blue eyeshadow with my blue eyes. I just find that it makes me look clown-like. So whilst this is a really pigmented, great little trio, especially for on the go, I wouldn't repurchase only because it would just be sitting in my collection. So I'm getting rid of that. Another Maybelline little eyeshadow. This is a quad in Country Club. And again, great quality. It's just that I don't reach for little palettes like this anymore because I've got my high-end ones. This one I always used to wear when I was starting out with makeup. I would just put one of these colours all over the lid and put some mascara on and I was done. And I really liked it when I was starting out with makeup. It's just been sitting there since, and I think I could give it to one of my friends and they'd probably get some use out of it. So that one is going to friends. I have two little duos, and these I got in a really cheap makeup store in Melbourne, and I can't even remember what the store was called, but I really love the packaging and the eyeshadow quality in these is fantastic. It's better than some of the high-end stuff that I own, but I won't be keeping these. The reason I don't reach for this one is also because it's blue. Again, I'm getting rid of a lot of blue. This is in the shade Miss Fiji, and this one here is in Miss February, and the reason I got this one is because my birthday is in February. So beautiful shades. The pigmentation is fantastic in these, but I'm going to give them to friends. Another Maybelline quad, and I'm not bashing Maybelline at all, but and actually I quite like Maybelline and I have a lot of Maybelline products, but I mean, I used to collect the eyeshadows because I love them, but I just don't use them. So this one here is in Amethyst Smokes, and really nice colours. I used to wear these kind of colours when I used to go clubbing when I was a bit younger, and I really liked it, but it's going now. She, or Chi Chi, as many people call them. I have this one here. You kind of can't see because of the glare, but it's like the colours, like, why did I purchase this? I don't know what was going through my mind when I purchased this, to be honest, because I never wear these colours. I normally go for quite bronze, smoky eyes as well. I don't really reach for any of these colours. It'd be great for Halloween, but in all honesty, I don't even know if my friends will use that one. This next one is from Daiso, and it doesn't really have a brand that I can read. It's all in Japanese or Chinese. I don't really know, I'm sorry. It's got beautiful shades, and again, the pigmentation in this was surprisingly great, but I don't reach for it, and I feel like this is a very wearable palette, so any of my friends could use this. So I'm going to give it away. I feel like they might get more use out of it than I do, and I did like it. Alright, so time for some loose eyeshadows. I collected these when I first started out with makeup as well, and these are the Savvy by DB mineral eyeshadows. So I'm just getting rid of these because I don't use mineral eyeshadows. I don't use loose eyeshadows. I find them very hard to work with. So I prefer like flat pan eyeshadows. So this one is in Plum. It's just a metallic plum. I've got Aquamarine. This is a metallic aqua blue, and this one is in chocolate. Now this is a really nice metallic brown, and it was a pretty color, but I just don't use it anymore. So going back onto the whole, I used to only collect makeup for the sake of collecting makeup. I didn't really care too much for trying out new products. I just wanted to have a big collection. I ended up buying these from Big W. They're very cheap eyeshadow creams and dusts, and they were kind of good, I guess, but I just have no need for them. So I have a pink eyeshadow dust, a green eyeshadow dust. I got like a dark black, brown, grey, bit of a mixture, a dust, and an aquamarine kind of blue cream, and a like metallic pinky fuchsia cream. Those I just wouldn't buy again because I just didn't use them, and when I did use them they were average, so yeah. Alright, some foundations now. I got the Stellis Paparazzi Perfect High Definition Foundation, and this is in the colour Nude. I actually won this through a competition a couple of years ago through Australis. They had a Facebook competition. So I ended up winning this and like a bunch of other Australis products. This one, as you can see, is hardly used. I didn't get along with the foundation. It just was very patchy on my skin. It didn't apply evenly, and the colour was very ashy. I don't normally get along with like orange toned foundations. I normally go for pink, and I thought that maybe this would work fine, but like reapplying it over and over, it just didn't end up working for me, unfortunately. This foundation is a foundation stick. It's by the brand Starlet in the shade Natural Beige. Normally a lot of foundation sticks are greasy, and this was no exception. It was just a grease ball foundation stick. I don't mind too much because this is really inexpensive from Kmart, so I'll just be getting rid of that one. Another Australis foundation. This is the All Over Face and Body Tint. It just didn't work for me, and there was a lot of people that it didn't work for online as well. I read a lot of reviews before I bought it, and it was about 75% to 25%. 25 being that they loved it, 75 being unsure or just didn't like it. And I was the same. I was in that category. It just didn't really work for my skin. Again, it was very patchy, and I found it to be very ashy toned, and it just would not last. Even with a powder, it didn't last on my skin. Now this next foundation is a tinted moisturizer, and I loved the consistency of this in Nude Beige, this one here. And the consistency of this was fantastic, and it lasted on me, but the colour as time has gone on has just gotten way too orange for me, and even when I pump it out now, it's just, oh god, it's so orange. I don't know how this colour could work for anyone, to be honest. It's just so orange. But the formula was really good. Alright, this foundation's worth a mention because when I first started out with makeup, and I can't believe this is a $40 foundation, and when I started out with makeup, you know, I use a lot of high-end stuff. I don't know why. So this is the Stila Illuminating Liquid Foundation, and when I started out with makeup, I adored this. I loved it so, so much, and I used up the whole container, and I went to buy it. Again, the price had gone up because I bought it for 20 and it went up to 40. So I didn't want to purchase it again, so I ended up buying a sample about a year ago, which is this. I've had it for a long time, and I was like, you know, I remember loving this foundation. I want to give it another try. And then I tried it out and I hate it. Like, this is one of the worst foundations. So I don't know if my skin's changed or whether my application has changed, but this just no longer works for me. And the smell is so weird. It's like a Play-Doh mixed with something else kind of smell. It's just not great. This is also very ashy toned as well. It's not pinky, it's not orangey, it's just very, very ashy. And it doesn't work for me. So I've got a mascara from Daiso and it just looks like this. The wand is massive, like holy bejeebers. Look at that wand, like that is as big as my eyeball. This one I found to be a little too wet of a formulation to work for me, and even after like 2 months, I would say, this was still too wet to apply to my eyelashes. It didn't hold a curl, it didn't lengthen them, it didn't give them volume, it just like sat on them, so I wouldn't repurchase that one. After going through this, I realized I'm quite picky with my mascara actually, because there's a lot of mascaras that I didn't think worked for me, including this one. This is the Napoleon Perdis Lashes to Lashes, and I think I got this in a magazine. Anyway, it's completely dried up now. Don't know if you can see how dry it is, but it dragged all the bristles down, and it's always been dry. It's never worked for me because it's been too dry, so I won't repurchase that. These two mascaras I'm getting rid of were from a like really cheap $2 store. It's by the brand Blush Amore or Blush Amore, I don't know. These cute packaging, they worked for me when I was younger again, but I went to reuse them and I hated the formulation. It was way too dry, so I don't know what I was doing differently, but I'm getting rid of these because I don't like them. I actually remember back in year 10 or 11, one of my teachers complimented me on my mascara, and I specifically remember it was this mascara, and I remember saying, oh, I got it from a really cheap store, but you know, thank you. And like, it stuck with me, so every time I went to the store, I was like, I need to pick up that mascara I remember talking about to my teacher, and this was it, but it just doesn't work for me anymore, so I don't know what that's all about, but cute packaging, but the mascara doesn't really work anymore. Next is the W7 Zoom Mascara. These are getting messy because my powder has gone everywhere. This is what it looks like. I love this. I really did. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I use this in a lot of my videos because I really, really love it. And I need to purchase a new one because this one's dried out on me. This was $5 from Chemist Warehouse, and I think that is an amazing price. Like, that is phenomenal for a mascara like this. And yeah, the wand's very different to something I normally would use, but the formulation mixed with the wand just, it gave me so much length, but it added so much volume as well. It was really good. I like that one. Next is another one that didn't work for me. This is completely dried out. I've had this for ages. It is the Long Black Mascara Double Black by Napoleon Perdis. This is really dried up, like, oh my god. You can see all the bristles have been pushed down because it's so dry, and I really should have got rid of this quite a long time ago, but I just didn't. It's always been quite dry again. It hasn't really done anything for my lashes, so I wouldn't repurchase that. This one is a Model Co Gloss and Mascara, and I was keeping it just for the gloss because the mascara has never worked for me and it's been way too dry. Again, I don't like a dry formula, but then I don't love a really wet formula. It has to be in the middle. Otherwise, I don't get along with it, and that's why I've realized that I'm quite picky with my mascara, because going through this box, I'm just like, too dry, too dry, too dry, too wet, too dry, too dry. So it has to be in the middle for me, but I was keeping it because of the gloss and realized I hardly use the gloss, so I'm just getting rid of it. CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume. A lot of people loved this mascara, but I thought it was kind of average. It didn't do heaps for my lashes. I mean, the brush is okay, It's a really thick brush. I found the formula was quite good, but it was average. Would I purchase it again? If it was the only one in the store, I would purchase it and be okay with it. But it's not like outstanding, so I wouldn't go out of my way to purchase it again. Next, you would have seen this in a recent haul video. Well, it's not recent anymore, but it's recent on my channel. This is the Lash Curler by Essence, and I purchased it for $3. And it's broken, and it's dry, and the wand's kind of weird. Look, it just broke on me again. Great. It just does nothing. Like, I thought the bristles would be really good, but maybe because I got it on sale, it's just been crappy. I don't like this. I'm getting rid of it. Another mascara. This is a mascara by a band, and you may not have known that this band did makeup, but they do, because I got off Santa a whole bunch of short stack makeup. And this is the short stack mascara. Now, I loved this. I really did like it. The bristles are like plastic and quite small, and I just found that the formulation and the bristles on the brush really worked quite well for this. But short stack broke up quite a while ago. I know that they did get back together, but I haven't really heard anything. Like, there's like fluff everywhere. I haven't really heard anything about it. I would have no idea where to purchase this. Santa got it for me, and so I don't know where to buy this from, but it was good. It was really decent. I've got one more after this. This is the Maybelline Illegal Lengths, and this is the only fibre mascara that has ever worked for me that hasn't irritated my eyes to the point where they've been like red and really bloodshot and like really runny, like teary. This one was really good. I really liked this. But it ran out, got really dry quite a while ago, so I haven't used it in a long time, so I don't know whether I will like this if I buy it again or not. But yeah, I would repurchase it. It's a good mascara. Oh, I lied. I have another mascara. This one here is the Revlon Color Stay Overtime. I didn't like this at all. I didn't like it from the start. It was just way too dry, and I don't know, like it looks like it's like a kohl type formula. I know that you probably can't get that in a mascara, but you know how kohl eyeliner pencils have a certain look to them? Well, that's what this like gave my eyes, and I didn't really like that. So this, I'm pretty sure I got in a gift set, so it wasn't too much of a big deal, because I'm pretty sure I was just after the lipstick. And I'm sorry, my cat's moving my camera. I was only after the lipstick and something else that came with it. So this wasn't too much of a big bummer, but I wouldn't buy it again. And then last for mascara, this is the Benefit They're Real, and this is the sample size, and I loved this. It was so good. It gave so much volume and so much length, especially length, and it really separated the eyelashes. It gave such like a dolly like lash effect, and I really liked that. I really love this, and I would definitely repurchase. And I'm kind of hoping that Santa might get it for me this year. I'm going to put it on my wish list that I want one of the gift sets. So I'm hoping I get this year. We're getting into the nitty gritty of things. I've got still quite a few things left. So start out with this. So this is the Napoleon Perdis Brow Tox. This has dried up on me, and I'm kind of really mad about it because it costs like $30 or $32. It came with a brush, which is the best brush for like my brows that I've ever used in my life. It's so great, but I bought it mainly for this, and I reckon I got maybe 5 wears out of it, and then it just like crumpled and got hard and dried up, and really pissed at that because this was decent when I used it. It was a little bit more red toned, but it was still pretty good. But I wouldn't purchase it again, definitely not, because it's not worth like how much use I got out of it. I have a couple of eyeliners. This one is the BYS One Day Tattoo Liquid Eyeliner Pen. This was decent for like one use, but then it just dried out completely before the second use, and it was really like not opaque. It was just like a grey. So I really didn't like this. Like the packaging got me in Kmart, and I was like, that looks fantastic. I'm gonna buy that. It just wasn't worth it. Even I think it was like $12 or something, but it still wasn't worth that. I have a blue pencil by Prestige. This is a kohl eyeliner pencil. This just didn't show up any colour for me. That's why I'm getting rid of it. Same again for this Rimmel London Extreme Definition two-tone eye definer. And it's got a light blue and a dark blue. And for both colours, you really need to push very, very hard. So I'm just going to get rid of this because I do not want to put that much pressure on my eyes. I think that is kind of dangerous / would probably give you wrinkles. So no. Not that I don't have wrinkles. I have very obvious wrinkles all over my face, but you know, more wrinkles. I have another eyeliner pen. This is a felt eyeliner by Daiso, and I liked this actually. I thought it was okay for the first maybe 10 uses, maybe 10 to 15 uses, and then it dried up. So I think that's pretty decent for an eyeliner. So yeah, it was good. Another eyeliner, this is by Daiso again, and it's just one of those twist up ones, and it just has no color to it, so that's why I'm getting rid of that one. I have quite a few of these funny looking like eyeliners. They've got the felt thing on the end. This one, this BOE or Bo Beauty one is actually pretty decent, but I don't use it. I prefer to have like liquid eyeliners or pen eyeliners. These little, like this packaging for me just doesn't do it. So I've got a Savvy by DB one in black, a Bo Beauty one in black, a Savvy by DB brown one. I don't use brown eyeliner at all. And another Savvy by DB one in blue. I don't use blue on my eyes. So I'm getting rid of that one as well. I then have a MAC product. You'll find I don't get rid of a lot of my high-end stuff because I'm quite a cheapo. So I like to keep my high-end stuff, or even my middle end, is that even a thing? Like MAC stuff and that, I normally keep it like in my collection even if I hardly use it because it's high end. This is I'm pretty sure a brow pencil. It's all rubbed off, and I'm pretty sure it was in Fling. This wasn't worth it to me. The price I paid, it didn't last. The little thing that you like twist up broke so many times for me, and I wasn't even putting that much pressure on it. The color was perfect for my eyebrows, but for the longevity it just didn't last, and that was a real big bummer. I want stuff to last if I'm paying quite a lot of money for it, so I'm getting rid of this. Then I have a few lipsticks. Some of these are unnamed, like this one. It's just a red. I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff I bought when I was younger that is unnamed or like not a like chemist brand, just stuff that was really cheap and that I probably should get rid of anyway, and I probably should have got rid of quite a while ago. I have a Estee Lauder Pure Color Lasting Lipstick in Rose Tea. This one is just gunky and gross, beautiful color, but it needs to go. And then this one, again, a no-brander. This one is just a red, but it's kind of turned to like a cranberry red because I've been mixing it with pink when I was younger, so that's going. I have a Color Whisper in Pink Possibilities. It was a night out or something, and I remember I dropped this on the floor and then I picked it up again and put it in my bag, and when I got it home, because it was hardly used, when I got it home there was like half the tube missing and it was all gunky. So someone had either stepped on it or accidentally stepped on it or used it or something, but I kept it anyway, but I really should get rid of it, so I'm chucking it out. Last two items. This is an Anoxa lipstick, and I love the Anoxa lipsticks. They're fantastic. Formulation, longevity, they stay on the lips really well, and the pigmentation as well stays on the lips, which is something I look for in a lipstick. This one is in Peach Blossom, but it's nothing like Peach Blossom to me. This is like a nude brown, but very, very light. It's just an ugly color. I don't know why I bought it. It's all gunky now. I don't know. I just want to get rid of it because I don't use it. And then last but not least is this, which is a Delicious Watermelon. Delicious Watermelon. It's like a lip thing. It was well loved, as you can see, but I need to get rid of it because it's very old and I would not put this on my lips anymore. And that's everything. So that's all my empties / stuff I'm getting rid of. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That would really mean a lot to me. And that also lets me know if you want to see more of these kind of videos. Not that I'll be getting rid of any of my makeup anytime soon, other than all this stuff, because I did a massive makeup clean out. But yeah, I can do similar videos. Just let me know. All right, see you guys.